Hey guys, welcome to this week's Star Mission, Unexpected Heroes. I'm your sponsor, Hammer, and I'm going to try to get through these fast because we're already pretty late. So first of all, next week I'm going to be running the mission. That's right. Bring your phones, bring your laptops, because we're going to be doing a custom episode of Whiplash. It should be a good time. That's some trivia. Okay, fine, whatever. You can pay for membership at Star. It is $6 for a semester, or you can save 2 entire buckaroos by paying for the whole year for just $10. If you'd like to purchase a soda, we have a couple at the front over here. We have 3 fantastic flavors. See Through the Lies of the Jedi Sprite. Pray I don't alter it further, Pepsi, and don't code on your conviction. Each of those $1, and eventually that money will go to a charity that we decide later. So super fast, I'm going to take a poll. Raise your hand if you'd be interested in a sci-fi book club meeting at some point. Nice. Okay. Okay, thank you. You have been part of the poll. Let's see, not this weekend, but next weekend, we're going to go see The Predator. So on September 21st, hey, on September 21st, you can join Star to see Predator. We will not be paying for tickets this time, so you need to buy tickets with us, but we will be providing transportation, I believe. Yes, we will. And what? How old do you have to be to go see the movie? At least 18. That's right. It's rated R for 17. at least 17. It's rated R for a really good time. Okay. If you have a friend, you can work that out with them, potentially. Well, the Star's not going to be doing it for you. And I believe that's everything. Oh, yes. You can come if you'd like to help us and you'd like to be a closer part of the Star Bridge group. You could potentially come to our PR meetings. They are held on Tuesdays from 5 to 7 over in SAU 1000, just underneath our feet. So come find us, come help us make posters. We'd love to have you, and you could potentially earn points for prizes. Fun. Nice. Now I do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, and today I'm going to be taking you through an open discussion on the concept of unexpected heroes. So, what makes an unexpected hero? It's not the audience not expecting that hero, because you walk into a movie and then you see like a person and they're like, wow, I wish for a life of adventure, but I'm just a poor farm boy. It's like, yep, there's our main character. But to that poor farm boy, all he can expect is the expectation of a life of adventure. But quite unexpectedly to him, he is perhaps thrust into a world of greatness. And that's what makes him or her an unexpected hero. So that is unexpected in the universe, just a regular person going about their mundane, routine life. And then all of a sudden, they are just thrust into the heroic role. So before I get into, well, first let's go into a little bit of how we're going to be defining unexpected heroes today. I do not have Shakespeare here because he is an unexpected hero. Shakespeare is a very expected hero. He's a cool dude. He wrote a lot of funny stuff. Highly recommend it. But rather because one of his quotes inspired part of how we're going to be judging them, which is some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. So that's part of the expectation that we have here, how we're going to chart these unexpected heroes based on if they were born great or whether they had greatness thrust upon them. And then another axis we're going to be charting them on is how hard they tried in their heroic training and if they had any heroic training at all after they discovered that they are the hero. So as I was saying earlier, before we get into examples, I'm going to give a counterexample because that can sometimes be just as useful, and that is my main man, Solid Snake. For anyone who doesn't know Metal Gear, he's a very expected hero. He is a clone of the perfect soldier that has been in Special Forces training since the day he was born, and just always going to be a hero from like the moment he was put into conception. So very not unexpected hero. Bad example. Don't want to hear any Solid Snakes. What's that? Yes. Snake Plissken is Escape from New York. Snake Plissken, I would say that that he's a pretty expected hero, right? Like eye patch, kind of a dead giveaway. But so going into some actual examples that I have prepared content for, like I sort of alluded to earlier, our homeboy Luke Skywalker, pretty OG unexpected hero. He's just a bar boy living with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. He just wants to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters and playing with his starships in his room, drinking blue milk. However, unbeknownst to him, he was born pretty great. The Skywalker lineage is, well, I mean, like, great, but also Darth Vader kind of went nuts, killed a lot of people. Spoiler alert for Star Wars. His name is Skywalker. He's part of the Skywalker lineage. Probably the most well-known spoiler in history. But and then as for his training, he gave it the old college strat. Hey guys, let me finish my presentation and then we can hop into discussion. Everybody. So guys, if you can let me finish, and then we can begin talking. But so yeah, he at least gave his training the old college try. He went to go see Yoda on Dagobah. Yoda was like, "You gotta finish your training." He was like, "My friends are in danger." And Yoda's like, "This is a trap." It looks like I don't care. So he gets medium marks for attempted training. Next we have Ellen Ripley from Alien, particularly the first one. She started out as just a warrant officer on a cargo ship. Not a lot of military training, just kind of doing her own thing, making sure that people were moving cargo where cargo was supposed to be moved, and kind of being in cryosleep for most of the time. But then all of a sudden, an alien hops on board and starts just killing people. She's like, well, I don't want to die. And she ended up, well, she didn't really save anyone or the ship, but she certainly saved herself and had a great story to tell. Yes, Ava. She does have a cat. What? She does. Okay, you know what? You're right. She saves the cat. That makes her more important than any hero anyone will ever bring up, unless they save 2 cats. Yep. So once we get into discussion, if you know any unexpected heroes who save 2 cats, we'll hop into that. I'm going to fly through these slides real quick, and then we'll move into discussion. So again, she was a warrant officer on a cargo ship. She had some rankings. So kind of not just a nobody, but not really a particular somebody. And that training just to be on a spaceship, but not exactly military officer stuff. Next we have Sarah Connor, who was just an average woman. She certainly gives birth to someone who's pretty great, but like as opposed to her previous lineage, just kind of someone living in the 80s. Once Kyle Reese shows up, she gives a little bit of guidance, but before that and during the climax of the movie, she is completely on her own and she kicks ass. Sarah Connor's great. And then finally we have Neo for my final example. He was just kind of an office worker hanging out by himself, doing his own thing, just typing away. But in his own free time, he was a hacker, yes, but as when it comes to his regular sort of day-to-day life, really no one in particular. However, he is the one TM. We're only talking about Matrix 1 because that's the only movie that exists as far as I'm concerned. So let me finish, then we can get into discussion, all right? So he is the one. So he's got that whole thing going for him, and he did get a pretty decent amount of training after he took that red pill. But when it comes to picking out someone who would be a hero, good old Neo is just kind of a freelance sort of hacker for hire. But that is the end of my presentation, actually. So I'm going to transition us into the fun part of the discussion that I've been promising you this entire time. Yes, please. Oh, lovely. No, I don't want that one. Ta-da! And here we have the chart. So as you can see, like I mentioned earlier, we have our 2 axes across the x-axis. We have born into greatness versus greatness thrust upon them. And then we have their effort in training versus mostly improv down at the bottom. I've already charted the 4 heroes that I talked about. Luke Skywalker pretty far into born into greatness. The only reason he isn't all the way over here is because the concept of Darth Vader being great is kind of, like he's great, like as far as villains go, but in terms of being a great person, lots of murder. Lots of murder. Neo again. Neo is all the way up here because he is the one, with the capital T and the capital O and a little TM at the end of it. And he had a lot of training. It was, computer downloaded into him, but that still counts as completing all of his training, even if it was a little bit easier than old Lukey Luke's. And then we move over here into the greatness thrust upon them area. We have Ripley. Once again, was able to land a job in this starship as an officer. So a little bit of training on that end, and a little bit, but mostly in the terms of greatness thrust upon them. And then finally down here at the bottom is Sarah Connor, who was, again, just kind of an average woman living in the 80s with her perm, and then was just absolutely had a killer robot thrown after her. And she just did improv for the whole movie, but oh man, did it work out for her. So that's my talking thing done. I'm pretty much going to sweep across the room back and forth. We'll have a pretty much just a one-on-one discussion with who I call on. We'll talk about your hero. Just tell me very briefly, like 4 sentences or less, about why it's an unexpected hero and where you think they should be charted. So I'm going to move right to left because I'm American and that's how I read. Second.
Miles Edward O'Brien.
Yes. Okay. All right. Tell us where he's from and a little bit about him.
He first appeared as the transporter chief on the Enterprise D in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Over time, he got married. He had a kid. He moved to Deep Space Nine. He became the chief engineer of Deep Space Nine. And on his time, so he dealt with some crap on the Enterprise. It's the Enterprise. The crap always happens to the Enterprise. Then on DS9, he got kidnapped into alternate universes. He got put in a simulated decades of solitary confinement for a crime he didn't commit. That was simulated all in a matter of 20 minutes, but he still had the memories of living all that out. And still manages to fix everyone's replicator when it won't make a proper activity.
And he got rid of the Kardashian bowling station.
Oh yes, he did that too.
All right, let's do hands. Let's avoid from a call, everybody. I want to keep the room at a pretty I want an open discussion, but I want it regulated. So Chief O'Brien. So let's see. You would say mostly greatness thrust upon him.
Absolutely,
but
he doesn't even have a rank in Starfleet. That's not his thing.
Well, he's
wait, Chief is
technically enlisted.
Yeah,
let's do hands.
He's an officer, but he doesn't have rank there because that's just not his thing. He's just his backstory is yeah, there's fighting, so I'm gonna be a soldier in this war.
All right, so maybe because he's on a Starfleet, so probably over here maybe. Okay, and then where do you think in training? Because Starfleet probably has a lot of combat training even for their non.
He has a lot of training, but he's also the chief engineer in a Star Trek show, which means most of his life is in college.
Fair. You know what? I'm going to go down here for just out of respect for all those Starfleet engineers. Chief O'Brien. Not quite as bad as Starfleet doctors who are constantly thrust into professions that they are definitely not. All right, continuing, moving on. John, and then I'll sweep back. Ooh, okay, all right. Like Anakin Skywalker or Darth Vader? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But he came back from the mass murdering spree and saved his son in the spur of the moment, murdering the Emperor and saving the galaxy.
Okay.
I would call that a very heroic act.
That is a pretty heroic act.
I would call it especially impressive.
Oh, that's interesting because it's just the training in being. Well, he had a lot of training in being a hero. Yeah. So you think that cancels out? He maybe kind of falls in this area somewhere? You think higher or lower? Okay. All right. So maybe here. All right. Okay. Fourth Hannah.
Arthur Dent from Galaxy.
Yes. All right. My instinct is here. Guys, please. All right. So for anyone who doesn't know Hammer, do you want to just say a couple brief sentences on
He saw it coming, so he was like, "Hey, buddy, come on, let's go." So he's just kind of like taking around the universe and all these like silly wacky adventures. And I think he brings the Earth back, or he's just around for the
there's a lot that happens.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna keep moving. Ava. Okay, so you want to say a couple sentences about our boy in blue? Boy who is blue.
He has a large bulbous head and he's the greatest villain of all times, except when he's not. He's the smartest, but he's not. But he has a whole thing where his main hero dies, and he's like, oh geez, what now? I guess I'm the main villain, and then I win. And then he realizes that that's not very fulfilling if you don't have a hero. He's wonderful.
All right, so where do you think you should go? Okay, yeah.
A bigger bad villain showed up and he had to like do the right thing.
But it was kind of his fault.
Oh, definitely.
But also, but like, remember he was like ejected from his planet by his.
His main superhero has a Superman origin.
Yeah, exactly.
Except it's more of a bummer because he ends up in a prison yard.
I kind of yeah. So I want to like there's he's an alien like left from his like Superman origin, but like for the villain. So I want to go on this side, but definitely down on the mostly.
He's doing his very best. It's pretty bad. But like, watch this movie again if you haven't seen it in a while. It holds up.
It really did age super well. All right, we're gonna keep going. So Cooper. Okay. All right. So for the one person in this room who doesn't know who Spider-Man is, and the powers of a man.
And he doesn't try really hard to be a hero, so definitely the top right.
Yeah. So what? So especially if we're going through like Spider-Man has a bunch of origin stories. In terms of training, Tony Stark sort of took him under his wing in the MCU iteration, and he certainly does his best in the fatherly advice.
Even going back to like the original groups, he tries to be a hero. He definitely tries to make himself better every day. So he doesn't have a high effort in personal training.
Yeah. I agree. I'm inclined to like up here.
Yeah.
For our boy Pete's.
Where's the height?
You can, if you squint really hard, the R kind of extends. Okay. All right. So I'm going to keep going forward. Joe. Beautiful. Okay. Tell us a little bit about Wally. All right. So mostly improv, but so we're on the line of born into greatness because he's okay, fair.
At the same time, he thought out because the part where he's like sees the plan and he decides to like the plan, which is a little bit of effort. He's at the right, not like far on the right.
Okay, so like maybe like here, we think, because it's not improv. He's following the what is it? Hello Dolly, I think the movie that he saw. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Ava. Okay. So Joe, what do you think? Like over here, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. right, let's keep going around. Jacob.
First of all, she dies for some reason. I forgot. It's been a while, and she wasn't born into greatness. So cat on her, and for some reason I brought her back. But she never lost the training.
Wait. Is this the one with Everescent? Like in the.
No.
Well, no, there's the whole training montage with Everescent, like Bring Me to Life, where she's like practicing with like the martial arts weapons.
All right. So training montage. I'm gonna put like greatness across the palm now.
All right, how about here, Jacob? Jacob, you thinking here? Excellent addition as always, Jacob. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna keep going. All right, I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
I'm Duncan.
Duncan. All right, hit us up, man.
Jim Hawkins.
Oh, my boy Jimmy J. All right, tell us a little bit about Jim Hawkins.
Jim Hawkins from Treasure Island, Northwest Virginia. Basically, found out one of the guys staying at the inn was a pirate. The pirate died because his shipmates came and killed him. He took the map, went off, found the treasure, and got rich.
Yep. Pretty basic, you know, dreamed of adventure, and then all of a sudden, there it comes. So definitely all the way down around here, not born like to a pretty poor family that just kind of runs an inn. Let's see. What about his, there's not a lot of training on, but there's not a lot of, yeah. So do you want to ride the line with Jim?
A little bit.
A little bit lower here? Okay. Anyway, if anyone here hasn't seen Treasure Planet, also holds up. Highly recommend.
Also highly recommend the Mountain Treasure Island. Yes.
All right, we're going to jump over to the other side of the room. So, yeah.
Basically, got a really big guy posting in the middle of nowhere, and I think he's thinking about leaving Starfleet, and then it turns out to be really important, and ends up being a religious figure for the Bajoran people. So I definitely say greatness starts on
A medium level.
Yeah, and as far as the training, he's got like a lot of training with Starfleet, for like cats and stuff. And then as the emissary, he's at the Enterprise.
Okay, so like,
So I'd say yeah.
like here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it with a C or an S? S-I-S-C-O?
CIS.
C-I-S-C-O? No?
Yes.
No S?
SIS.
K-O? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, SIS.
Yeah, that looks more right. Okay. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Yeah. Ben?
Yeah, Ben.
All right, Ben. What you got for us?
Thinking what got used from the Iron Giant.
Oh, Hogan. All right, tell us, for those unfortunate souls who haven't seen Iron Giant, tell us about Hogan.
Hogan, he was just an ordinary school kid when he meets a giant robot that crashed from outer space. This robot was, I don't know if the robot remembered his past or what, but the robot tried to eat a power plant that was close by town. But Hogan managed to stop it and shut down the power plant, couldn't from eating anymore, but turns out the giant had amnesia. I didn't remember where it came from, what it needed to do, or what it's made for, but he ended up being friends with the Iron Giant. And Hogan trying to prove everyone that he knew that the Iron Giant was not evil, despite whatever it must have been created for.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Actually, there's a deleted scene that explaining what the Iron Giant was originally built to do and who.
That's actually in the second theatrical release of it. They totally finished that and remastered it. He's like has a dream about being like a Martian invasion sort of thing. But we're talking about Hogan here, and Hogan definitely greatness thrust upon him, similar to Jim, I would say, like in line.
Yeah, somewhere in that line.
Let's see.
Here you gotta be, he invests in treatment side robot, so yeah, I'll tell you somewhere in the great
I would say actually like pretty decent training, because what he does as a hero is he shows the Iron Giant how he can be good with like lots of comic books. He has a lot of reference material that he goes through like the back of his hand. So I'd say pretty good amount of training on that. You think here? You think here?
Yeah, he was no man. He's one of the guy that always oh god. It's OGARTH. RTH. He used to be HUG and HES. It's been a while since I've seen a movie, but it's really a good movie.
Yeah, no, Iron Giant. Okay, Peter, look.
Serenity, Malcolm Reynolds.
So would Malcolm Reynolds be an unexpected hero?
I think so.
Okay, tell us why. Well, first tell us who Malcolm Reynolds is, for anyone who doesn't know.
So firstly, Malcolm Reynolds is the captain of the Starship Serenity from the show Firefly, which is Joss Whedon's short-lived space western. That is an amazing show, and I strongly recommend watching.
Rest in peace.
But basically, he is an ex-war hero who's now off in the boonies of the universe, barely scraping by a living, trying to make ends meet by doing various illegal jobs. So, and then to avoid spoilers, they end up with certain special people on the ship, and then that leads to things.
What do happen? I can confirm.
In Serenity, that plot resolves though, and I think that he may have been expected as a hero for plenty of other things, but not for that one, at least in universe.
Okay, all right. I could see that. So a hero in a different context. Yeah. Okay, I'll buy that.
So I'd say high effort in training.
Yeah.
Because of all the sort of just previous experience with other stuff, but also thrust upon him.
Well, how much do we know about his family history?
Not a lot. I mean, we know he was born on Shadow, and that's actually literally it.
Okay. So, I mean, because we don't really know a lot, I'm inclined to go more like this way, like into the ambivalent sort of unknown.
All right.
I'm gonna ride the line with it just because we literally don't know. Like he might have been like the son of a great general or something, and that's why he joined the military. But all right.
All we know is that he's born on Shadow and has some family issues.
RENOLDS?
REYN.
Yeah, cool. All right, in the front, I don't know your name. Andy?
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
You guys are forgetting the coolest unexpected hero, Han Solo.
Okay, all right.
Of course. Of course. Do I have to explain who Han Solo is?
But do it for formality's sake.
Okay, Han Solo was the smuggler, badass, rogue star of Star Wars and the eventual husband of Princess Leia, father of Ben Solo, who killed him. It's pretty tragic.
Well, let's try to avoid spoilers if we can, but
3 years ago.
I mean that's still pretty recent. But yeah, let's just as a general note try to avoid spoilers if you can. As opposed to, I mean, Darth Vader as Luke's father, like that one's okay. All right. Anyway, Andy, I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue.
So Han Solo, he started out as just like basically a grown-up street urchin on Corellia, and then he got thrust into the whole plot involving I can't remember the name of the game. It's like Red Dawn or something, or Red Eclipse. What? Crimson Dawn, because he ended up getting wrapped up in that whole adventure with Crimson Dawn, which brought him into the smuggler life, and then he gets thrust into greatness a second time when he picks up Obi-Wan and Luke as passengers, and he almost abandons being a hero after he takes his money and runs, but then comes back during the Battle of the Death Star to ultimately save the day and cement himself as hero of the rebellion.
All right. So, let's see. Pretty street urchin, definitely. But as for like, would we consider his life on the street as a form of training? Do you think? Like,
I know.
so like, yeah, for like here maybe.
Yeah, I'd say about there.
Okay. Cool.
Well, actually, we called Hogarth Hughes having a lot of comic books training. So
That's true. Do we want to go a little bit higher with that? I'm going to defer to Andy as the birth. You want to go a little bit higher because of Hogarth principle, or
a little bit higher.
a little bit higher? Okay.
Yeah. Also, I had in the also actually training with the stormtrooper before he started leading them to be a smuggler.
That's true. That's true. All right. So, and I don't know your name. Matthew. All right, Matthew. What do you got? No, because your name's not going on the board, Matthew. Unless you also have another character named Matthew. Okay. Hey, guys, can we keep talking to a whisper, please?
My character kind of says in general, it requires spoilers in order to know who he's really in general. So
okay, what's the franchise?
It's Gravity Falls. So
okay.
If anyone doesn't want spoilers, leave now.
Yeah, Gravity Falls spoilers coming up. If you haven't seen Gravity Falls, I recommend watching it. Yeah, let's wait for him to hop out the room, Joe. We'll send someone to grab you after this. Also, what are you doing, man? Watch Gravity Falls. Okay,
all right, we ready to begin?
Hey, Joe. All right, good.
Okay, Stan Pines, actually, and I know most people when they think of Dipper Pines, the protagonist, but the thing is, it's made pretty clear that as smart as Dipper is, he's not really so much the hero of the story as much as he is just along for the ride. So Stan, as for being born into greatness versus it's kind of a tricky situation because he himself was born just a regular kid in New Jersey, like on the New Jersey shorehorns. But the thing is, his twin brother was a prodigy child of incredible intelligence. So it's kind of hard. So I'd say he's like almost precisely in the middle in terms of greatness. I mean, one of the first one. But in terms of training, he grew up for all the way up until like college age. He kind of run in his brother's coattails, so he not really much training. After graduation, there was like a 10-year gap where he didn't even see his brother. But at that point, when his brother, the author of the journal, got stuck in an alternate dimension. He had to look good. He used one of the journals and kept searching for the other, using what he had and what he knew about his brother, to try and find the rest of the information to get the portal working again, so that he could save his brother for 30 years, essentially. And he essentially training himself through that. So I'd say definitely a lot of training. So that's 30 years of training.
Yeah, that's fair. Like here?
Yeah, about.
I'm just gonna write Stan Pines so that we're not spoiling people who come back in the room.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, one of the great things smart is that in my love of heat, despite that his brother is the quote unquote hero of the story, Stan is the one who effectively saves the day.
Yeah, makes that heroic sacrifice, and we're gonna avoid absolute end spoilers, but yeah, definitely a very heroic act. Okay, can you grab Joe? Wait for him to get back in the room, and then we will continue down the line. Moving back forward. Okay, I'm not familiar with that character. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Pretty much a truck driver played by Kurt Russell who
kind of wrapped in and saving his friend's fiance. From there, he kind of gets stuck fighting ninjas, some sort of mutant orangutan monster, 3 warriors that control the weather, and an undead Chinese emperor.
Wow. Okay.
I might into that.
Okay. So where do you think he falls?
I would say unexpected hero because he's good at truck driver. The only training I can think of is he's good at throwing a knife, which he does. I mean, even in the big fight, he shoots a machine gun and the piece of the ceiling just falls and hits on his head and gets knocked out for half of the fight.
All right. So where do you think he is on the chart?
I would say not really boring. Unexpected. What's the one at the bottom again?
High effort and training versus mostly improv.
Mostly improv.
All right. And what was the character's name?
Jack Burton.
Jack Burton. Or you think this is a good spot?
Probably.
B-U-R-T-E-T.
B-U-R-G-O-N. Burton.
Cool, like Tim Burton. Neat. All right. So I'm going to jump back over and then move forward. Logan. Okay, great.
That's totally the rest of the time.
Okay, so Logan, tell us a little bit about Emmett. Okay, whispers, please.
Because we're today, just join whatever. Over what else does, and all of a sudden he gets this big, like a piece of the crown stuck on his back, and he's on an adventure or whatever to save the lovely girls.
Cool. So yeah, just your average construction worker. So definitely greatness thrust upon them.
Mostly improv.
So what do we think of, Logan? What do you think of in terms of training? Very low. Yeah, that's true, which is something he was very good at. So maybe like here. Over here. Yeah. It's Emmett Brown, right? It's just Emmett? Oh, that is the time. Thank you, everybody. I'm a professional. I'm the captain of the science fiction club. I know my stuff. It's like, yes, sci-fi, Emmett Brown. That's a thing. Okay, John. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, tell us a little bit about this.
Is the son of the big CEO guy who runs the metropolis. And he basically goes down to the workers' city and tries to basically help them out and give them a life, and ends up meeting this girl who is replaced with a robot and tries to start a communist revolution against the machines. It's a fun movie. You guys should.
What's the name of the movie? Metropolis. Wow. Okay. And what's yeah.
But he only really went on the big adventure because the priest or the preacher girl, Maria. Maria. Just kind of walked in on him one day. Like she just walked in the room with a crowd of kids. Like, these are your brothers. Oh,
interesting.
Yeah. So a little bit, I'd say like towards the middle-ish.
Like here, maybe?
A little bit further. Somewhere between Darth Vader.
Okay, so here?
Yeah. He definitely just wings it the whole way. There's nothing. He doesn't even try.
And then what was this character's name?
Predator. F-E-R or F-R-E-D.
All All right, cool. All right, in the front. And your name is Jimmy. All right, Jimmy.
I do need to go, so I'll try to do this quickly, but am I allowed to be someone from other than movies or TV?
Yeah, absolutely, as long as it's science fiction.
Well, does anyone know the story or have played through the story of Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn?
All right, so if we're, so I assume you're going to put in some spoilers, or can you make this spoiler free?
I'll choose someone else. I don't want to spoil.
Okay, no, we can have anyone who doesn't want Horizon Zero Dawn spoiled. You go ahead and come out and we'll grab you. No, it's fine. We can. I want to hear your piece. Okay. All right. Cool. So you want to just chart it so other people who know the franchise to just like tell me where to put it?
Probably.
She was 100% born great.
Okay.
And
Oh, that's right. Okay, so like over by Neo.
A-L-L-Y.
A-L-L-Y.
O-Y.
Like A, like alloy, missing an L.
Cool.
And simply take it to speak.
Yeah, that's fine.
Milo Finch from Atlantis.
Ooh, yes. All right, tell us a little bit about Milo in Atlantis.
Researching his grandfather's pretty much Atlantis research. He believes he's discovered the location of the key to Atlantis, the Shepherd's Journal, and it's pretty much labeled a nutcase, and pretty much he quits, but he's pretty much, if he stayed, he probably would have been fired too. But eventually he learns that the people that his grandfather's like friend actually led an expedition to find the journal, and then using that lead the team to Los Angeles. So greatness thrust upon him, and
Well, his grandfather was also a big researcher, right? So like in this area, I would think.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what do you think? I would say pretty high up in training. Like there's a lot of research that he did that ends up being in his advantage, but there's a lot of things he didn't expect either that he sort of has to do on the fly. So I'd say like maybe here. Milo, it was Finch, right? Oh, Thatch, you're right. Wow. Cool. All right. Thanks, bye. All right. Gonna keep going. Apparently not to Ava. She's leaving. Thanks, Ava. All right. Hammer. Ooh. Okay.
Butler to bad. He kind of created a source of learning to some degree, because he did not expect to be the Butler for a superhero. But in several instances, he even was able to stand for Batman, be in the same place at the same time as Bruce Wayne. And also several times he had to defend the mansion and get kicked out. So I say there's a little bit of training there, but mostly.
Well, didn't he have like SAS training? Yeah.
He was SAS, that's British Special Forces.
All right, so. Oh, he was. But it's like, I mean, what like the Wayne family butler? You know what I mean? Like I don't want to go top left. But like, yeah, that's it. So like halfway down the Born into Greatness, do you think? Okay. And then like, maybe like here. Do you think for training? Well, no, I don't want to put him lower than Mal. He has at least as much training. So, like here?
Yeah. He's also the only person in Batman.
He's also getting his own TV show.
Right. We're gonna keep going?
Yeah.
Right. Bobby. Right, so there, thanks so much. Okay, tell us a little bit about Ender's Game.
Ender Wiggin, I mean, you could argue that he is both thrust into greatness or blood because the entirety of like society has a population control where you can only have 2 kids. The only time you get the exception of a third is if your children are exceptionally mentally, and both of his siblings were very intelligent, and he rocketed past that with intelligence. But he is basically just a kid that was in school, then they checked out his aptitude, which was far greater than any student that they've ever had. So they sent him to a battle school to try to teach him the way of military tactics, to try to see if he might get those military tactician, which he excelled at quite well until they tricked him into becoming a lot more than he thought he would. So thrust into greatness is with the whole, they didn't tell him jack about what he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, well, thrust into greatness is from like origin.
Yeah.
So I would say like born greatness, like yeah. So like between Alpha and Luke, do we think like that area? Oh, like hardly. Okay, all right, Neo area, and then okay, so you just like up here again as well?
Yeah.
He like invents new ways of like zero gravity military games and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely revolutionary.
Okay, Jacob.
Okay, the greatest sci-fi hero of all time, Michael Jordan in Space Jam. Early millennial, the former basketball player, and by this time I'm assuming it's biography and it's real life. He's now a disgraced golf player, and suddenly he's in the middle of this sort of like intergalactic feud between Danny DeVito, playing Danny DeVito, and the Looney Tunes. And he's like, "How did I get into this mess?" That's it.
That's it. Okay, all right. Where?
Born into greatness. And he's just kind of making it. He doesn't care about his career at this point.
Yeah, I know, it's basketball. He's like, I want to go like.
Better than Neo. Forget about
That's fine.
Beautiful. Thank you for another excellent meme input, Jake. All right. So we're gonna keep going.
How about the sci-fi hero? From video, can be from video game, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of spoil it. It's kind of vanilla.
What? Yeah, what franchise?
Infamous series. Cole McGrath from the Infamous video game series.
All right. Anyone who is afraid of light spoilers from Infamous, we will come get you. All right. Cool. Go ahead.
Cole McGrath got his powers from a free gas in. They call them the electric powers. And he said he liked to see. And Cole McGrath decided he wanted these powers for good or for evil.
Well, he may have decided.
Oh yeah. I'm on the good side of Cole McGrath. The hero side of him.
You can't go completely evil.
You can go hilariously evil. The choices are so funny. It's like save the bus full of children or push it off the bridge. Like, whoa!
The whole point of it. What did he want to do to see Lily with his electrical powers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was looking at the strobe electricity, see both out hands, and a couple other things with electricity. No, can summon a lightning storm. I think huge lightning come down from the sky.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. So where does he fall in the chart?
I think he's kind of in a born to greatness, but
Okay.
the guy that gave him powers knew that he was going to be born for greatness.
Okay.
The gotta get Kessler. Kind of predicted that he was gonna fight a giant monster, so he'd be one of the greatest section.
Okay, and then
A little bit of training.
little bit of training.
Yeah, just a little bit, like a right above the line, because
Like here.
yeah, he didn't really do a lot of changes. Had to learn how massive powers, how to control it. We first got powers, yeah, hard time controlling, but after a week or two, he was able to learn how to control the powers altogether.
All right, cool. So, do you think this spot looks good right here?
Yeah, I think that'd be good for him.
And then, as a brief aside, for anyone who's played PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale or PlayStation Smash, they had Echo Fighters before Smash Bros. Did with Cole and Dark Cole. I put too many hours into that game. It's not good. It was okay. It was fine. It was a fine game. It was, if you like PlayStation, it certainly was. All right. Okay, tell us about the character.
So like your lazy police officer, but then as it goes through, he becomes more and more heroic and basically saves everyone.
Cool.
So I think bottom, like previous person.
Okay. And then
I'd say yeah, around where you're at.
right here. Okay.
Maybe
Cool.
to the right more.
To the right one, like here.
Yeah.
And then what was the character's name?
Chief Hopper.
Chief Hopper. Cool. All right. Peter, back.
Everybody's favorite Howard the Duck.
Oh my God. Joe shoots up. Okay, tell us about Howard the Duck.
Okay. I'm gonna try to do this. Howard the Duck is a sentient duck with arms and legs. Who gets effectively magically transported to Earth by some laser thing, space laser. Ends up being a band, yes, the movie version. Ends up being the manager of some band. Then the same space laser malfunctions and transports the Dark Overlord of the universe into Earth, which ends up inhabiting the scientist's body, and then hilarity ensues because it's a duck.
All right, so where does Howard the Duck fall on this?
Oh God, probably very bottom right corner.
Okay.
More or less. Oh, okay. The movie version on the right.
Movie, okay, we'll do movie version.
Movie version.
Like, does this look good?
Lower. Yeah. The only thing he knows is like the equivalent of duck kung fu.
Okay. What's your name? Alex. Okay. All right. Tell us about the character.
Basically, he wants to be a superhero in a world where lots of people have superpowers, but he doesn't have a superpower. And then he gets one and goes to school to be a superhero.
Cool. All right. So, I mean, he's in training, so I would imagine that's pretty high.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I think pretty early to the greatest run of line.
Okay.
Because it's really, he runs into the one person who can give him power.
all right, cool. All right, so we're gonna, like here maybe?
Yeah.
And then what was the character's name?
Just right back here, yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right, starting back over on the other side, Logan.
Oh God.
Is it sci-fi? Okay, so Johnny from the room, the game. All right, so I tell us about the character Johnny from the room, the game.
Oh, God. What the fuck is this?
Average American hero.
What the fuck is this?
I know, average American hero.
Please stop. Please.
I don't know where it goes.
Okay, all right, so what I'm gonna do is for these last 10 minutes, I'm gonna transition it to a lightning round just so I can make sure I can get anyone who wants to say anything in before I dismiss you all for free discussion. What? Yeah, I wanna let people talk for the last 30 minutes. I wanna let people hang out with their friends, talk about the board.
So do you like have any friends? Run the mission.
Fine, John, I'll run the mission.
I'll just say this, so he's probably definitely wants to get involved, and I don't think he's born with greatness or for us. One greatness and risk are on the line.
Okay, cool. And it's Johnny, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like the entire
Johnny from the room again. All right, John.
This one's a big fat Naruto spoiler for anyone who actually.
All right, anyone who doesn't want Naruto spoiled. Good job, everyone. All right, I'm kidding, John. Okay.
So he's unexpected because he murdered his entire family. But he was definitely born into greatness because he was one of one of the strongest ninja clans. And I'd say half of the name, but he's a hero because he was doing it to save the village, and he was doing it to save the village from Vietnam to kill a lot more people. And he also worked his whole life to try and save his little brother.
Okay.
This little baby Sasuke. Itachi's a good boy, did nothing wrong.
All right. So where does he go?
Definitely born in greatness.
Okay.
I think kind of also scales my greatness the rest of the time too, because he wouldn't have had to kill anyone if the village didn't make him.
Okay.
So, yeah, like probably down there.
Right here. Okay. What was it? Itachi?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Peter.
Master Chief?
Oh, dude, Master Chief for Smash.
You argue that he was not born, he was abducted into greatness. And also, when he started out, he was the ordinary Spartan 2, which is a superhuman, but no one in the UNSC expected a single Spartan 2 to save the entire human race on multiple occasions.
Okay.
So he's definitely unexpected in that regard. So honestly, I don't know where to put him on the level right now. I mean, I guess
Like the very top.
yeah, maybe top, like in the middle somewhere.
Lots of training in the middle. Well, everyone's below MJ. like here. Oh, gotta get up on my tiptoes for that one. All right. Okay, gonna keep moving down. So, Bobby.
Here's one that none of you will know.
Oh boy.
Ralph Hinkley from the Greatest American Hero.
Okay.
It is a very cheap superhero show that is where he's just an average high school teacher. He was out for a walk because car issues. He got abducted by aliens and granted a suit that gives him superpowers.
Okay.
He then lost the manual, and he had to completely improvise and try to figure out how the hell this suit works. Even after he got a second manual, lost that one too.
Wow. Excellent work. So probably like
He was thrust into greatness with absolutely no knowledge of anything.
so like down here.
Yes.
All right. And what was this character's name?
Ralph Hinkley.
All right. So gonna keep moving down the room.
Red Dorky.
Red Doherty?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the book we read last spring for the book club. But, so it's a really confusing book, but basically he was a sort of fourth dimensional being, which they're called dragons in the book, and then he like turns into a human, sort of ages backwards, and doesn't remember things from his future / past, but I definitely think he was born into greatness. Yeah, probably like born into greatness all the way, but below Darth Vader.
It's like over here?
Yeah.
What was the character's name?
Red Doherty, Doraken.
Cool. All right. Okay, moving back to this side of the room. Okay, Bobby again. Star-Lord.
Oh yeah.
I like it. All right, for anyone who's unaware, tell us about Star-Lord. Pick your favorite.
Star-Lord was half human and half something else. His father was actually a king of a alien race, and he was hidden from his people because of political issues. And so definitely born into greatness.
Okay.
However, completely improvised because he didn't know anything of what he was doing after all. Came back at a young age and bounced around in space to just become shenanigans.
All right, so like here. All right, here.
Has anyone else here seen Salvation, the new CBS original? No? All right, then I don't know.
Okay. I mean, you can still tell us about
It's
it.
a good show, but I mean, it doesn't really make sense to nobody else who has seen it.
All right. I mean, you can talk about it if you like briefly, but if you want to move on, we can move on.
All right, well, basically, Liam Cole is an MIT grad student who accidentally discovers that there's an asteroid that's going to hit the Earth in 186 days. And stuff happens. Everything else is a spoiler.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So where does he fall?
Definitely greatness thrust upon them.
Okay.
But he's an MIT grad student, so probably high effort.
Okay. Maybe like here.
Looks about right, yeah.
And what was the character's name?
Liam Cole.
All right. Cool. Anyone else?
Strong recommend for that, by the way.
For an unexpected hero, just like Hunter series Doctor Who, because it's basically like you meet an ordinary person and then there's always like ordinary people who meet a doctor and then end up doing something heroic.
So do we want to write cast of Doctor Who?
Yeah, the entire cast, companions.
All right. Oops. Okay, so on average, where would most of the cast of Doctor Who fall? Sorry, I'm reflecting in my mind. Over here?
Yeah, I mean, most of them don't have, I guess.
Like, yeah, like here maybe?
Yeah.
Cast of Doctor Who. All right, cool. What do you got?
Chuck from Chuck. Okay. Chuck he was kicked out of college because of a friend who he thought was a friend, only to find out afterwards when he was much older and got an email from said person. He was purposely trying to get the kid out of the way so that he wouldn't go into the CIA. Because, after all, in that email he got was the entirety of the CIA mainframe. It was completely downloaded into his brain. So he has absolutely all of the knowledge of the dead,
Okay.
which makes him the biggest issue / potential weapon for anybody.
Okay.
So CIA and FBI team up to try to keep an eye on him and use that knowledge to help, but it ends up with shenanigans because
Of course
he
it
is
does.
just a guy working at a basically a geek squad.
It's a story about how a nerd who dropped out of college becomes a super spy for no good reason. And it's funny.
Cool. All right. So where does Chuck fall?
He would be actually almost dead center because of plot lines that are involved with his family later on.
Very fun. Okay.
Even though he isn't prepared to be a spy, he might have been prepared to have the database in some way, despite being a smart nerd with an organized mind.
Okay. Anyone else? John Boy.
Lone Star.
Ooh. Okay.
Spaceballs.
Yeah.
So, little spoiler for Spaceball. I want to say it's kind of in the middle-ish.
Okay.
Because, you know, he goes through the movie because of the mission that was thrust upon him. He wins in the end because he was born a prince. Secretly.
Spoilers for Spaceballs. A very plot-heavy driven movie. I watched Spaceballs for the plot. Oh no.
But, super impressed. I don't think he's trained for anything.
Yeah.
He flies in with Winnebago. Just kind of got training for stuff. I think more but like close to that.
Maybe like here. All right. Anyone else? Joe.
Okay, this is going to be super.
Okay. I mean, we've already had silent movies and obscure TV shows, but let's hear what you got.
So this is from Taylor Sand, a screenplay that Jim Henson wrote and never actually made into a movie.
Whoa.
Yes.
All right, tell us about it.
Everyone there is just like very happy there and cheering for him, excited. And they bring him to the mayor's office and he's like, yes, you're going on bus for us.
Okay.
Here's the mayor thing. Sounds like a D&D campaign. Here's a map. This is where you have to go. Follow always follow the map. Trust no one. Not even the map. Use the better stuff. Go your way. And that is how you get here.
Wow. All right. What was the character's name? Mac. All right. Where would you say he falls?
So I don't know much is left for it. Just any time.
Okay. So we'll just put the Malcolm Rounds principle and put him in the middle.
You kind of just got to go around into this. I was like, really, I know which one is this time. Suddenly he's going somewhere to do a thing, and then doesn't know what it is.
So like,
and it's very much improv because he's given a bag of random things and he's just to figure out how to use them.
like maybe here.
Yeah. Like he has a stop sign that he uses.
I mean, what else do you use the stop sign for? All right. Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Rinsling. It's kind of fantasy, but there's a spaceship in one book. So,
All right. Cool. Spaceships count. It's sci-fi.
And so basically, all he wants to do is like not get involved in anything. He's a complete coward. He runs away from everything, but he keeps ending up in situations where he accidentally saves the world multiple times. And so it gets to the point where they're building a spaceship to go fly around fly underneath the world. And so he's like, I wouldn't like to volunteer to go. And they're like, what? No one's asking you to come. So he says, I wouldn't like to volunteer, but I am volunteering because no matter what I'll do, I'll end up accidentally going. that's what happens to him. He always ends up getting into these situations. So he volunteers to go in the spaceship he doesn't want to. and he saves the world again. So,
Cool.
definitely bottom right.
Bottom right. Okay. And what was the character's name?
Rincewind.
And where did you stay?
I'd say farther down, yeah.
Like over here?
Yeah.
Rincewind?
Yeah, RINCEWIND.
Right. Anyone else?
How about Sam Witwicky from Transformers?
Okay. All right. Tell us about the Transformers franchise.
Sam Witwicky, his dad bought him a car for 18 hit class people, but turns out his car's a little bit more than meets the eye. His car's actually a robot in disguise who summoned other robots to ultimately all of us want to find a mysterious kid called the Allsparker from the group of Decepticons who really wanted to steal it for themselves. They have unlimited power, or the whole universe with it.
All right. So where does Mr. Witwicky fall?
Just a little bit to the left of the side of one's business.
Okay.
Because you much knew about him because his grandfather had seen Decepticon himself. And I'll say, on the below side, because he was not mentoring like that.
Like over here, you think?
A little bit higher than that. Not like he knew that. He a little bit expanded for being with all of us, so I'd say in that spot.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah. Be a little bit more experienced because that was new he could help them defeat Decepticons.
All right. Going back.
All right, I have another character from a very obscure sci-fi series called Star Wars. Now, this character's name is Jar Jar Binks.
Okay.
Despite the slander against him, he is not a Sith. He was just a happy-go-lucky guy. And then these two Jedi come out of nowhere. They're like, I don't know what to do. And Jar Jar's like, yo, go this way. And he helped them out. They were just bums, so you stop them and practically on the Bowser's money. He was born into greatness because he's a Gungan, which are better than every other race in Star Wars. I was really to die still. Gungans are the superior race in Star Wars.
Okay, let's avoid Star Wars racism if we can.
Are they supposed to be humans? Why do they all look like humans? They stink. They're awful. Gungans can swim underwater and go on land and maybe fly. They have long, Dumbo-like ears.
Are we really speculating about whether Gungans can fly?
I'm just saying the expanded universe isn't canon anymore. And I'm pretty sure there was a story where Jar Jar could fly.
I would not be surprised.
They were born into greatness. That's why I hate Star Wars. All the way to the left. As far left as you can go. And she did do a lot of training. Probably. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm going to exercise my executive decision, and I'm going to put Jar Jar like here.
And so it's an high effort. He just does things wrong when he ends up working out anyway. He still puts in the effort. He never once got injured or probably.
I hate all of you. Especially Jason. All right. Okay, tell us about the Stargate.
Exactly. Basically, carbon copy of Milo's Edge.
Echo Fighter. Wait, what was the character's name? Daniel Jackson?
He is an archaeologist who was ridiculed because he thought aliens landed in ancient Egypt, and ended up finding out aliens did, in fact, land in ancient Egypt.
Aliens.
Traveled through all of the galaxy, died a couple times, became more powerful than anybody else in the show, and still ended up coming back for more.
All right. John. Oh dear.
From Bionicle.
Oh yeah.
So
Wait, I'm sorry. Who? Who? All right. Thank you. All right. Tell us about Takua.
Created as a slave-powered giant spacefaring robot.
Whoa, Bionicle spoilers.
But he was the first unicorn ever created. He was actually a unicorn of light that was snuck into those memories race and was made to pretend to be one of fire. Greg Park is stupid. So he basically reenacted Lord of the Rings and became a hero of light. And then he didn't do anything for the rest of the series.
Lord of the Rings for children.
Yeah, it was I can tell you, it was a closer, massive like a closer adaptation of the books, Lord of the Rings, than the actual Peter Jackson movie book. But that's a story for another time. I think he was born in greatness because Bionicle was a thing that like you can't do anything unless they literally create you to do that thing.
Okay, fair.
But circumstantially, to him, it felt like it was thrust upon him. So,
Yeah. Okay. What about his training?
Good Lord.
That's it. That's training. That counts.
All right. So like here.
He's a crowd rider.
How dare
How dare I? How dare you? Michael Cooper. R/Thanos did nothing wrong. All right. Tell us as spoiler free as you can. Okay. Well, anyone who doesn't want Infinity War spoilers. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So that was obviously the Titan, born, I guess, to a space-going race of Titans, but they're all dead now due to a tragedy that he foresaw, and now he's actually it's really hard to talk about that or talk about this.
Okay.
Do you mind like a spoiler for?
All right. Infinity War spoilers. Great. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So his plan is to remove all light in the galaxy and for those who don't know about between crisis means there are more humans, more mouths to feed, there are resources to feed them with. And therefore, if you kill half of the universe, then the remaining people have more resources to share and it will prevent mass starvation, death, and sadness.
Why didn't he just double the resources?
Bullshit. This is why we should have just had him try to keep that girlfriend or boyfriend. Whatever. The point is, he's able.
Several thousand years ago, people had their children.
We'll get it out again.
Let's do it again. Why didn't? Never mind. Okay.
The entire program is that he has a brief and he treats it over every something. And he created a whole family of yes men, and he's telling him that yes, this is a good idea.
As all great heroes do.
I'm pretty sure this is actually a
good idea or not. In fact, it's probably a terrible idea.
All right, so where
I'm
was,
not really sure if he's greatest threat to I think that it would probably would be greatest threat to content. When he sees a problem, I think the reason Infinity War works is that Thanos follows the hero's journey and set up their others. Like Thanos crosses the threshold when Thanos comes close to adventure when he discovers the problem of resources in his own planet and comes up with a solution for it. And the whole movie is just him basically going through the trials in order to achieve his heroic journey destiny.
all right,
So
so,
greatest threat to content.
okay, and then,
Right, but why is he able to is the one that we still know about?
He should be in the exact center. To do anything otherwise is an affront to Thanos' character. In fact, he should be in the center of the center. He should be as centrist as possible and extended on the z-axis to heights of which you've never seen.
but then he wouldn't be in the center anymore.
Exactly.
All right. So let's make the z-axis right here of Thanosness, right? And I'll put the dot right here, okay? Thanos. No, not to me. All right, Jacob.
Nick Cage. And just everything.
Like no character, just the real life Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage and Neil Green as the same entity.
Okay, tell us about Nick Cage and Neil Green as the same entity.
Okay, so Neil Green is like a super actor and all playing himself.
Guys, whisper.
He's a super actor and environmental terrorist who can't be stopped. Not even by the government, because if they do stop them, then he'll just destroy the world. But he's not so out to save the world. So he's like Thanos. How do you know? So they should be in the center, but even higher than Thanos on the axis.
Neil Green, Nick Cage. You good? You happy?
Yeah.
Are you satisfied? Okay, great. All right, moving. Hey, Hammer. Okay, tell us about Slipknot, the man who can climb anything.
Superhero fighting team, Suicide Squad. And then he saved the lives of possibly the people who were like,
I love Neo.
All right, so where did you fall? And then, how hard did you train to be able to climb everything?
It takes a lot of skill to make it hard.
the road moment was all so I think
Slipknot is a warrior man.
He falls on the z-axis too.
Climb anything. There. Okay, Bobby.
Another corner person.
Okay.
Steve Rogers.
Yes.
Rest us upon him with maximum effort.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Right there.
Oh, sorry, yeah, my bad.
He's beyond Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man will talk to him.
He's got to look up. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Well, no, he did military training beforehand.
He kept trying to get in, even though he wasn't that.
All right, Peter.
How about Deadpool, even though he's not technically a hero?
Okay, where would Deadpool fall? And is he an unexpected hero?
Yes,
Okay, why is he unexpected?
because he was just basically a mercenary. Well, actually a mercenary. And then he ended up with superpowers through some very shitty circumstances and also happened to have cancer. And then did super things because he felt like it.
Okay. And so where would he fall?
Maximum effort, because maximum effort is his catchphrase.
Okay.
In the movie, at least. And then it would be an affront to Deadpool to put him anywhere other than all the way to the left, so we're going to put him dead center.
I like it. Okay. No.
Yes! See, I mean, that happened to show and no one else would be. As far as the effort goes, I sat here for 2 hours and I can say it's mostly. A little bit bored.
I'll make an arrow. I'll make an arrow. Wow.
Thanks, Cameron.
Thanks, Noah.
Yes.
All right.
How about Superman?
Okay.
Kind of, I think it's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Superman, he was actually born into the planet called Krypton, but then his plane about to get killed by a meteorite or was probably destined to his own core. But his parents sent him away to another planet for him to live another day. And live another day he did. He grew up with his powers, learned how to use his powers, and learned what he wanted to do with his powers. So I'll say he's kind of born to greatness because his parents wanted him to do so much with his powers. He's born with.
Yeah.
He was born as a super. So he's born to greatness, and I'll say he's in the middle line because not like he didn't know what he do with powers, but he wasn't in the military. He didn't really train much. Well, all his powers. It's also, he seemed good powers. He grew up knowing how to use them, how to control what he can do. So I say he's right in the line of born to greatness.
Like here?
Yeah, I'll say that.
All right. Anyone else? All right, cool. Thanks everyone for coming to our Unexpected Heroes chart discussion. We've got quite a list up here. So thank you for everyone who contributed. But before you go, I do want to hand things over to Hammer so he can make a few closing announcements for you guys.
Announcements. First of all, if you were part of the PR team and you're supposed to be passing out flyers, you have flyers over there. You can go ahead and stick them up. Additionally, PR meetings are at Tuesday again, starting at 5 o'clock in SAU 1000. You should definitely go to those. And final announcement, we're looking in the cargo bay, and it turns out that our cage for our mind control beetles got open. So if you find any, or if any find you, please pick them up, safely store them into your most convenient ear canal. Give in to your new exoskeleton overlord, and we'll pick them up.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.